Nothing where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This man not dey off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ní Mayegun.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live.
Bó bá ṣe rè, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe rè, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary politico.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight again and joining the temple as well. Please share the broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them Mayegun today.
Làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé.
In many countries all over the world,
Lórí
whistleblowers are mostly celebrated.
Mayegun ti dé.
In Nigeria, they have laws that also rewards whistleblowers.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Under APC, Ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́, whistleblowers are running for cover.
Owó jẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Leaked memos.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
APC has a solution.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
You should not be aware that they are stealing your money, frittering them away. That is state secret. Whoever are those releasing those documents to public, they must be enemies of Nigeria. That is called reverse psychology.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun, the GO of the Temple of Truth, live. And thank you if you have shared this broadcast, to invite others. And if you have also paid your offering, I bet you have also read the caption and the description, Abi. 2 days ago, a memo got leaked to the public. And in that memo, it was the approval of Tinubu for a 37 Minimum Wage Review Committee. I bet a lot of you probably have no idea there is a committee that is to review the minimum wage in Nigeria. Nigeria minimum wage is currently at 30,000 naira before tax. After tax, I know a lot of people are always saying 30,000, 30,000. Ask an average worker that is being paid that minimum wage. If the take home is 30,000, it is actually 22,000 after all deductibles. So, which with the current hyperinflation in the country, is pretty much like a slaving. Okay. So they want to review they are talking about reviewing the minimum wage. Nigeria is broke, bankrupt. However, the demented Kolu and the 48 thieves he assembled, who were supposed to kind of be working on how to get you out, they have been looting and looting recklessly as well, recklessly. So 2 days ago, one of their memos got leaked, just like the one for Better Edu and few others I'm going to tell you. The committee that will review the minimum wage of 30,000 naira for Nigerian workers, they submitted a proposal of how much money it will cost them to decide how much is kind of enough for Nigeria workers. So their first proposal came as 1.8 billion naira. But when it got to Kolu, he approved 1 billion naira for them. But as a takeoff grant, he now signed an immediate release of 500 million naira to 37 people so that they can decide how much is adequate, that Nigeria will not further bankrupt or lie or scam job for the boys. And the moment that got leaked, now, people started reacting. What is all this? That was how you told us. You remove subsidy, but you increase the salaries of all of yourself. Presidency, vice, National Assembly, judges, all over the place. 112% increase in their salaries simply because of the hardship in Nigeria. An average senator in Nigeria take home, before the increment, takes home between 30 and 33 million naira every month. Kolu came and they were able to increase their salary and they have started paying them. He promised you 35,000 naira for 6 months. He paid you once and never paid again. So because Nigeria is broke, there is no money. But when it is for them, there is enough. When the no money, remove subsidy, removal of this or that, they were able to allocate over 400 billion naira to themselves. They wanted to renovate houses in Abuja and Lagos. They wanted to buy new cars for the wife of, that is Remi Werepe. The assembly guys needed new cars, 160 million naira each. They were able to pay all of that. But when it came to your 8,000 naira, they were still trying to figure it out. But when it came to your minimum wage, they had to pay some guys, 37 people, 500 million naira cash, with the balance to be paid when there is money available any moment from now. 1 billion naira to decide how much is adequate for you. And this didn't go down well with Ezibida, Bayo Nonuga. You see this guy on your screen is an old relic, foolish old man. He is a publisher of the PM News, an affiliate newspaper, an affiliate of the Nation, Tinubu's media conglomerate. There's nothing that this old man did not throw into Tinubu becoming president. Is the leader, the ringleader of those who championed the ethnic bigots, ethnic politics, divisive, religious politics that remains with Nigeria till today. But he's not done. He's the guy who said this must be the last time that the Igbos will challenge anybody that Tinubu nominates as governor in Lagos. Just to cap their ethnic bigoted politics. Old man, no. So he came out. I think I have a copy of it. Nonsense he actually said concerning the fact that instead of you remember that it's the same people working in their presidency that released that same memo that Beta Edu requested for immediate transfer of 548 million naira, 578 million naira into a private account of an individual, so that they can go and share the money to the people of Ekiti, Akwa Ibom, and one other state like that. That memo got leaked eventually to act like, he's a listening president. They suspended Beta Edu Abi. But to Bayo Nonuga, this is the last one. Kilo Degon. Who are the people releasing memo? Who are the people releasing things to the public? And according to him, he said, what is worrisome? Listen, what is worrisome is how come a memo written by Secretary to the Government of the Federation to the President bearing the President's signature leaked out? It means that there are some fifth columnists within the government. It's not the first time a memo will leak. There was a memo leak when the President went to hunger. That's I was going to tell you that, but he mentioned it. The memo that Tinubu paid Oloshu and alcohol and drugs. This is not hotel fee, just money for, you know what I mean, like entertainment, because their hotels were booked separately. I'm coming to that. I'll finish this. I'll finish. It's not the first time a memo will leak. There was a memo leak when the President went to hunger about a request for money to pay for his hotel bills. And you wonder where it is leaking from. There are so many moles. That's him. He said, there are so many moles around who are probably doing the bidding of the opposition. They do not respect the civil service rule for handling official secrets. And it shows that the government should look inwards to probe how memos between officials are getting into the public space. Memos that are supposed to be secret are not supposed to be flying all over the place. Excuse me. Memos of how they are stealing, official stealing, looting, pardoning, and so many others that they are getting away with. The reasons why there is nothing left to build your roads or maintain them, improve your electricity generation and distribution, hire teachers, hire workers, including the medical workers, and pay them well. The reason why there is no money for all of that is because memos like this are flying every minute inside the asshole rock. They will tell you, we feel you, we understand you, we are working hard for you. But every day, memos like this are what are depleting your resources. And to them, they are supposed to be top secret. Tinubu went to hunger, spent over $1 million, and he told you that they were going to the United Nations General Assembly to go and meet the CEOs of top American companies who were like a dragging ticket to meet with Tinubu. He packed all of their junkies to New York. They put them in the expensive hotels paid for by your taxes, right? I mean, with your taxes. Then in that same regard, one of the memos that they raised for that America trip, one of them was that money for entertainment. No be hotel, entertainment. Show like, drugs, drinks, and all of that. It was even like listed that drinks, like, all of that. But they didn't write drugs there. But now, what you go use $412,000 do in 1 week? What you want chop in America? But that was what happened. And they came back empty-handed. Zero investor, zero investment, nothing. They went to India. Of course, the memo to India, we didn't see that one didn't leak. But of course, you will see them spend like what? Money in that same range as well. All of these are, if people wait there inside that place, there could be some people who are like, still have some feelings like, man, this country is gone. Oh. In fact, those people who are saying that Nigeria is gone, they actually don't even have the full details. Do you know that there are people inside those in that place that see things happening, right? That we look at people like us and they will be like, if people like this guy talking, if he should have access to the real information of what is going on, he will probably become mute, unable to talk again, or he will run mad, crazy. Do you know there are people like that? That as we say, Nigeria is finished, Nigeria is done, and this guy are still doing it. They are not giving up. Anything that will continue to bleed Nigeria is going to be their pastime. Do you know there are people inside that will be looking at us like, you don't even, in fact, you only probably know just 1% of what is going on, and you are talking. If you should know like 50% of what we know, there are people like that. But for the sake of the civil service rule and all of that stuff, majority of them who are mostly not clean too, right? But now, conscience now, everybody gets them. So in their way, they will just be like, we'll release this one. And to the people like Ononuga, this is making Tinubu look bad. Even though he's telling all of you, I understand. I know what you are feeling. The price of petrol has gone up. The Kineko has gone up. So all of these are not showing that he knows anything. He cares. Abi? Right. Now, there must be a scapegoat. Therefore, there must be a purge. A purge in the sense that they are going to begin to sack people soon. Oh. You know what I mean now? Because according to Bayo Ononuga, those employed into their presidency in Abuja by PDP, they are the suspects. So if you are a civil servant working in Abuja right now, in any ministry in Abuja, especially ministry where money they fly, you are a suspect too. According to this guy. I told you yesterday that they are going paranoia already. Yes, they are getting paranoid. The Ashiwaju is not Ashiwaju anymore. A lot of people are already in that state of buyer's remorse. The 5 stages of grief. A lot of people are now at the stage of acceptance. They have passed the stage of denial. So right now, the stage of acceptance and the stage of anger at themselves. Majority of people you see today that are really angry, not even just those of you who never really wanted them. Majority of those who secretly really wanted them. And right now, the shege, is smoking them out like a rat inside their holes. And they are currently, right? Baba, the anger they are feeling is not towards Tinubu, is towards themselves. Like, how did I even fall for this? How did I end up like this? So because of this, they are suspecting that, according to them, opposition may take advantage of that because they believe that it is not that you are hungry per se. It's because the OB is telling you that you are hungry. It's not that they are kidnapping you per se. It's just that people who don't like Tinubu are telling you to believe. Say you are complaining about kidnapping. Have they kidnapped you? How come you are now so okay, they have kidnapped your family? It's not that bad. It's only the people that don't like Tinubu. They are the ones that are making it look like it's bad. And they just want Tinubu to fail. Person where they fail already. They tell you, say some people want to make him fail. So if people wanted him to fail before, instead don't they do the job easily? Like you don't even have to do anything at all. He is already sabotaging. They are already saboteurs themselves. They are leeches who sucks blood. And they are not going to stop until they suck their host dead. Go and read about leeches. And then come and translate that to human leeches. These are leeches. They are not many. But you see the way they are strong. It's like putting a pipe hose. It's not even hose. Pipe into the bloodstream of their host. And they're like, just like every breath is a suck. Every second. Nigeria has no chance of surviving. And they believe that you shouldn't be complaining that much now. At least, you shouldn't be complaining that much because you should know that Tinubu is doing something about it. It's only the enemies that are telling you that you should not believe that Tinubu is doing something about it. He's doing something. But what about this money that you are spending? All these ones that you have, we need to work. We need cars to work, as if to say people we handed over to them now leg then they take waka. We need the better offices, as if to say those who handed over power to them then be homeless, then be officeless. What about this money? Everybody, you are telling us to kiniko, but look at it. You are all enjoying. Which we are working hard. We are working hard. You don't need to protest. Don't listen to people like Mayegun. Don't listen to all these people. They just want Nigeria to be destroyed. Baba, you are destroying Nigeria already. Can't you see? Right? Excuse me. So they are like, if anybody is showing anything to expose the corruption, the collusion, and the continued destruction of whatever is left of the contraption, they think you shouldn't react. You should just have faith. Remember, Tinubu promised you hope, renewed hope. You must have hope. Hope on what? Go. So, if you are a whistleblower and you see corruption and you decided to leak it because they said they will give you money, Baba na bullet they will give you. Because as it stands, these guys are paranoid. Everyone is a suspect now. As paranoid as they are also going to make a lot of mistakes. It is just so unfortunate that we don't have enough number of people that will understand the moment that you can say, yes, this is the moment. They've just made that mistake now. And from that moment on, it's going to be on a downward spiral for them. These guys are worried. They will be moving money and bribing people here and there. And they will be putting up, according to them, they need more laws to control this narrative, this conversation, to control the media, which is the social media, where information like this are freely shared. Now, you can understand why Gbajabiamila went to represent Tinubu and said he failed to make, to pass the laws that could have seen a lot of you today in jail or in exile. Yeah. You remember the social media bill, hate speech law. All of these were targeted at those of us who willy-nilly, at free will, would share any kind of a leaked memo from the corrupt criminals running or ruining Nigeria. And by so doing, listen to this, they already have laws, right, that says if you leak the government memo, you may spend the rest of your life in jail, especially when it comes to defense. But when it comes to leaking corruption documents, you are supposed to be celebrated. But you that will do it, you should know that you would have to run for safety, Abi. Now, if you are not sure before, now you know. Now, you know what this means is that the entire other 36 states in Nigeria, the small emperors ruining their own respective states, right? They will copy the same. And just like that, in this their illusion and delusion, okay? It simply means now everybody go end up in jail. And maybe I actually do wish them pass those laws again, so that they can try to, because their own belief is that they just needed a law that can easily just jail you right now, so that you won't have a chance of streaming to millions of people the secrets of why Nigeria is not working, of why poverty is a thing, and why instead of reducing poverty, they have decided to be managing poverty. Managing poverty is more lucrative for these criminals, like, giving money and said we are sharing money, we are sharing food, that's like managing poverty. The more the people are poor, the more money they will have to allocate to managing poverty. It is not to reduce or to end it. So all of their actions that are contributing to all of this, they want them to remain state secrets and leave you confused as usual. Now, I have a full clip of where Gbajabiamila was kind of uttering similar, that similar statement that they have to do something about what do you call it? About the social media and all that. I'm coming. Oh, don't go anywhere yet.
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do. I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do.
Empty barrel. Sorry about that. I just realized that, on the sequence of what's going to come one after the other, that particular clip is in draft instead of being on the list. Apologies for that. Okay, so the when it's finally up, I'm going to share it. Okay, so if you have that time, this is when Bajabia Mole was kind of, number one, regretting the fact that he couldn't pass those laws when he was a speaker, and when he was as well. I mean, there's this baggage and baggages of corruption allegation against him, okay, running into billions of naira. He's gotten away with it. He's the chief of staff to Tinubu. Normally, chief of staff to the president is not somebody you see in public, okay? You barely hear from him or her, all right? But people said, Bajabia Mole, they needed this, number one, right? And he's also putting himself out there as the next governor after Sanwo-Iku. And some are saying that Seyi Tinubu is coming on. I think it's plausible to say Bajabia Mole is one of their front runners by all means, okay? Now, this is the guy, unelected guy, who was just an appointee in that position, feeling more like, by design, is the most powerful person in Nigeria right now, okay? By the virtue of what they have made his position. To the law, is unknown to law. Chief of staff, to whatever it is, it's completely unknown to law. Just like for office of first lady, completely unknown to law. But don't ever look at it that way, because Nigeria is a lawless place, okay? Now, you see, this guy is the guy that every person that needed anything from Tinubu as president, are you with me? If they want to get it, they will have to pass through him. It doesn't matter how big you think you are. With Bajabia Mole, is like your de facto president. So most of the time, it was supposed to be behind the scene. Maybe like say the guy already enjoyed the publicity. So yeah, this was him talking about how they are planning to regulate the social media. Continued from yesterday. Listen.
His Excellencies, all present here today, the Royal Fathers, Baba Condé, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on protocol as already established. It was actually very late last night, I think after the football game, that Mr. President called and said that I had to represent him here today. And so I was able to scribble down a couple of things for this very, very epochal event. Perhaps, and I believe many of you here, unless of course you don't live in this geographical space, will well imagine that this is a topic of which I am absolutely very much interested. The menace of social media. Yes, indeed, it is a societal menace. For many of us, you will understand that once you hit that send button, the potential to reach millions of people all around the world poses great danger, not just to the society, but even unintended consequences to the individual who's at your receiving end, including security of life. The question that I normally ask is, who do you hold more responsible? The purveyor of the fake news, or the person who reads it and believes it? The jury is out on that. Who do you hold more responsible? I'm glad that listening to Toyosi earlier on today, she did mention the need for a regulatory framework. Perhaps that's a change in mindset. I remember as Speaker, when I was Speaker, I attempted to do this. The Ninth Assembly attempted, but we were resisted very vigorously by civil society. I guess the chickens have come home to roost, and I believe we're all on the same page now that social media is a menace and it must be regulated. Let me go straight to what I was able to scribble down. And once again say good afternoon. I am delighted to be here this morning on behalf of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who has asked that I represent him here this morning and extend his best wishes and fondest regards to the author, Babatunde Raji Fashola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, to the publishers, and to all who have made this book and this gathering today possible. We're living through one of the most fraught periods in modern history. The world is changing all around us. The international settlements and underpinning the global order since the end of the Second World War are being renegotiated in real time across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Amidst this global turmoil, we are at home confronted by difficult policy choices and decisions that must be made to ensure our children's future and our country's prospects. Now, in this historical moment, as we confront and overcome the challenges that threaten our future, we have an obligation as leaders in politics and government to engage in evidence-based discourse and data-reliant decision-making as a matter of course. But as citizens interested in the issues of state and governance, the obligation is even more significant to ensure that our engagement with each other springs from a shared agreement on what truth is, what is real, and what isn't. We live in what some observers have described as a post-truth world. This is a world where nothing is real. Politics is fueled by emotive arguments, and objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion than appeals to identity and personal belief. In this new world we find ourselves, public discourse is driven by alternative facts, dropped with reckless abandon on social media and technology, including artificial intelligence tools, allowing for the creation of false realities to confuse and deceive people and distort perceptions of what is real and what isn't. The challenge we face and must meet head on is how to return to having a public discourse and a political and policy decision-making process that overcomes this new paradigm. We must, because if we cannot agree on common truths and don't exist in the same reality, then we cannot develop the shared values and the common purpose that is a central requirement for cohesion and national identity. My brother, Raji.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
Tani bro. Now, before you say, I just proved him right, because we don't want to have conversation or something like that. That our political conversation is filled with emotive reactions and all of that nonsense, all those word salads. So you better calm down, okay? So he was talking about what is real and what is not real. That's the last part before I had to cut him off, okay? Now you and I can begin to pick what is real and what is not real, and how much of this is directly impacting on you. Forget all those word salads. What is real is the fact that Tinubu could not tell us or show us his real date of birth, his real parents, where he went to school. All of this, the fact that he couldn't show us them, they are real. And the fact that Tinubu is living a fake life, believing in those lies himself, at least wherever Tinubu presented himself to be today is not real. Okay? Now, when Tinubu